People often think Europeans are naturally quiet and reserved, but would you believe that beneath the fireworks and the cheers of thousands on the 4th of July, it was people from London, Rome and Paris who danced the hardest, laughed the loudest, and even shed tears because the moment touched them so deeply? In today's video, we'll see America through the eyes of European immigrants who came with doubts but stayed because they found something to love. You'll discover why the 4th of July is more than a holiday. For many, it became the moment that changed their lives. You'll also witness British visitors, known for their reserved nature, celebrating with such incredible enthusiasm that even Americans were left impressed. The first thing that overwhelms many Europeans when they arrive is the pure energy of the crowd. Unlike the more formal and reserved atmosphere of traditional holidays back home, America's Independence Day is all about freedom, openness, and bringing people together. America has a way of turning a national holiday into a celebration of personal freedom, where hesitation fades away and pure joy takes over. That warm and welcoming spirit becomes an incredibly powerful cultural magnet. It quickly shows visitors that America is one giant celebration where everyone is invited to belong without needing anyone's permission. Can you see just how powerful that energy really is? And the most fascinating part comes next, when that wave of excitement reaches the very people many consider the most reserved. Amid a sea of American flags on Independence Day, the appearance of these two symbols creates a powerful and fascinating image. It represents the past and the present, the former mother country and the young nation, now standing together under the American sun. It reflects one of America's core cultural ideas, the melting pot. America doesn't ask you to erase your identity or your roots to be accepted. Instead, it welcomes you to carry your pride in where you came from while celebrating the values of freedom. This openness and respect for differences can transform old historical conflicts into moments of genuine unity. Anyone watching can feel the spirit of inclusion, where diversity doesn't divide people, but adds richness to a shared sense of belonging. But once someone steps into this world of energy and celebration, how does a person known for quiet elegance and restraint begin to transform? The answer comes next. Watching a refined British woman transform into a true cowgirl at an outdoor music festival says everything about the power of shared culture. The energy of the 4th of July is incredibly contagious. Once the music starts and the crowd comes together, shyness, distance, and differences simply disappear, leaving nothing but freedom and pure joy. In that electric atmosphere, someone who seemed like an outsider suddenly feels completely at home. Have you ever been swept into a celebration you never expected to be part of? Share your story in the comments below. And as joyful as these smiles are, they're only the beginning. The most emotional and unforgettable moments are still ahead. The tears of a grown man speaking about his new homeland carry a meaning that's hard to put into words. They reflect relief, pride, and the end of a long journey.
I am extremely proud to be an American. I cried during my naturalization citizenship.
The US citizenship test is far more than paperwork. It requires a real understanding of the nation's history, geography, and values.
During the ceremony, I remember taking the test. I remember studying the geography, politics, the Senate terms, the House terms, the founding of the country.
Passing it brings more than a passport. It brings the feeling of finally belonging to a place where new opportunities are possible.
I forever feel this place is my home. Always believe this is a country still being born, and I love America.
Many people born in America see citizenship and freedom as something ordinary. For immigrants, their privilege is earned through years of effort. Watching that moment reminds us what the word home can truly mean, but pride doesn't end with tears. Sometimes it's celebrated in the boldest and most unforgettable ways. So, just how big does a new American celebrate the biggest milestone of their life? When someone finally finds a place where they truly belong, they want the whole world to share that joy. That bold red suit is more than an outfit. It's a proud statement from a new citizen on one of the biggest days of their life. It also reflects something special about America. When you embrace the country, people are often ready to welcome you with open arms. The cheers from complete strangers in the stadium turned a foreign-born newcomer into family in just a few moments. The celebration, the conversations, and the fireworks became the perfect ending to one chapter and the beginning of another. Anyone watching could feel the joy of a dream finally coming true. And from that warm sense of acceptance comes deep gratitude, expressed through heartfelt words for the country that made it possible. What comes next may change the way you think about the meaning of opportunity. When an immigrant lovingly calls Independence Day the birthday of a dear friend, it reflects a level of gratitude that runs incredibly deep.
Thank you, America. Thank you, America, and happy birthday.
To them, America is more than a country. It's a land of opportunity that gave them the chance to rebuild their lives from the ground up.
I would like to say this is the greatest country on the planet. This is truly a land of opportunity. If you apply yourself, if you work hard, nothing can stop. Loans you can get, businesses you can start, jobs you can find.
A dynamic economy and a society that rewards ability have turned years of hard work into real success.
And it's not just about economic achievement. You can probably get rich in other places too. You can move to another country. You can learn the language flawlessly. But you may still always be seen as an outsider. But not here. This is a land of immigrants. I am an American. I feel like an American. And I'm treated as an American.
That gratitude and determination continue to fuel America's energy and renewal. Hearing words like these reminds many Americans to appreciate the freedom and opportunity they sometimes take for granted. Have you noticed that America's greatest strength isn't just its skylines, but the people who keep turning dreams into reality every single day? Let's move on to the next story and meet more of those people. One immigrant summed up patriotism in a beautiful way. Love the people first, and the country will follow.
I am an immigrant who loves America. But honestly, it's not even America that I fell in love with in the first place. It's the Americans. I love the Americans who will to fire up a grill, smoke a brisket, and hand you a plate so generous. I love the Americans who say, bless your heart, and somehow mean 6 different things at once.
To her, America isn't an abstract idea. It's the kindness of neighbors hosting backyard barbecues and strangers offering help without expecting anything in return. Those simple acts turned an unfamiliar place into a real home. That sense of community gives people the freedom to be themselves and stand up for what they believe in. Anyone who doubts the unity of such a diverse nation may see it differently after hearing a story like this.
America is an idea, but Americans are the ones who make it real every single day.
But fitting in isn't only about heartfelt moments, it's also filled with funny cultural surprises. So what unexpected experience is waiting for a European gentleman on the morning of the 4th of July? The contrast between a reserved British gentleman and America's all-day 4th of July celebration makes for a hilarious moment. On Independence Day, everyday routines seem to disappear. It's a day when people simply enjoy the moment. A stranger handing him a Bud Light first thing in the morning isn't just a funny gesture, it's America's way of welcoming someone into the celebration.
These Americans are built different. I was just chilling on this porch. What happens? Somebody gives me a Bud Light. A literal stranger. I don't know whether I've just been mugged or adopted. Is the whole country of America going to wake up with a hangover tomorrow? 9:10 in the morning? That's wild.
That spontaneous, easygoing spirit quickly breaks the ice and turns strangers into friends. Have you noticed how humor can erase cultural barriers faster than almost anything else? But the real irony is still ahead, watching a British visitor celebrate America's Independence Day with as much excitement as everyone else.
Hey, John boy.
Yes, Dad?
What are we about to watch?
Fireworks.
Fireworks. Isn't it ironic that Daddy's from England and we're watching 4th of July fireworks?
History may be filled with complex chapters, but the joy of fireworks and human connection is wonderfully simple. There's something beautifully ironic about people from Britain's old homeland eagerly celebrating the birth of the nation that once declared its independence from it. The bond between a British visitor and a young American shows how shared moments can rise above history. The 4th of July isn't about reopening old divisions, it's about celebrating freedom together. A cheerful toast and the roar of the crowd erased every barrier, making them feel like old friends celebrating side by side. So what happens when that same spirit reaches the wide-open landscapes of the American West?
I'm a Brit living in Texas, and today might be the most American day of my life so far. It's 4th of July, we're starting off with a pool party, and then tonight we've been invited to a proper Texas rodeo. I'm talking hat fittings, steakhouse dinners, bull riding, the whole lot.
If you're going to Texas, the best way to fit in is to live like a true Texan. Cowboy culture has long symbolized freedom and adventure, making it one of the experiences Europeans are most eager to try. From pool parties and cowboy hats to great steaks and bull riding, every activity is a chance to embrace a bold and carefree way of life. America's regional diversity makes every place feel like a different adventure. Watching a well-dressed gentleman trade his usual style for the spirit of the West shows just how irresistible that culture can be. But believe it or not, an Italian visitor has an even more unforgettable and hilarious way of showing his love for the American flag. A playful mix of Italian humor and love for a new homeland created one unforgettable moment by the pool. When an immigrant carefully puts sunscreen on the American flag as if it were a person, it's more than just a joke. It's a uniquely Mediterranean way of showing affection and deep respect for a symbol of freedom. That light-hearted moment turns patriotism into something personal, joyful, and full of personality. Doesn't it remind you that love for a country doesn't always need grand speeches? Sometimes it shows itself through simple moments that come straight from the heart. But the most remarkable part is still ahead, when the spirit of the 4th of July brings together people who can barely even say the word America.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light. Happy Independence Day!
Language can be a barrier, but the spirit of freedom and celebration needs no translation. Even without speaking fluent English, this man proudly wears American flag colors and waves the flag with pure excitement. It's a perfect example of how welcoming American society can be. You don't have to be perfect or fit in from day one. All you need is an open heart and the desire to celebrate alongside everyone else. That fearless enthusiasm turns awkward moments into genuine human connections. Have you noticed that once language stops mattering, all that's left are smiles and a shared sense of belonging? But the energy doesn't stop there. Next, you'll see how first-generation immigrant parents join forces with Gen Z to celebrate in unforgettable style.
My pronouns are USA.
The serious image of these first-generation immigrant fathers quickly gives way to pure excitement. Watching them proudly chant USA while dancing says everything about what true cultural belonging looks like. The spirit of the 4th of July isn't just for the young. It has a way of bringing out the joy and energy in people of every age. The mix of modern fun and heartfelt pride creates a moment that's both unforgettable and deeply meaningful. Can you help but admire the enthusiasm and willingness of these dads to join the celebration? As the festivities wind down, that excitement doesn't disappear. It settles into a deeper sense of pride beneath the night sky, and that's exactly where our next story begins.
How was your second 4th of July?
4th of July.
250.
250, a special one. An absolute sense of patriotism like no other.
As night falls, the energy of Independence Day doesn't fade. It simply becomes quieter, deeper, and filled with pride. A man walking beneath the fireworks in a cowboy hat captures the spirit of a patriotism built on community and shared values. Here, love for the country isn't driven by obligation. It spreads naturally from neighbor to neighbor through smiles, conversations, and shared moments. That quiet pride gives immigrants the feeling that they're no longer visitors, but truly belong. Can you feel the calm strength of that moment? It's the moment they realize they've found a place to call home. But if you think the celebration ends there, Wait until you see one house that takes 4th of July pride to an entirely new level.
Vi er ude at køre lige nu, og se her, hvordan de er ved at gøre klar til 4th of July. Er det ikke vildt?
When pride in a new homeland grows beyond personal feelings, it becomes something the whole neighborhood can enjoy. A house covered with American flags and a giant inflatable Uncle Sam is more than a decoration. It's a proud expression of gratitude and belonging. It also reflects the American dream, the freedom to express yourself and celebrate what matters most. A private home becomes a gathering place, inviting neighbors and visitors to stop, smile, and capture the moment. Doesn't this kind of joyful celebration make you want to be part of it? That generosity in sharing happiness is the perfect ending to Independence Day, leaving behind lasting memories of community, kindness, and a place to call home. Why does a celebration as loud, energetic, and overwhelming as America's Independence Day touch people who grew up with the quieter, more reserved traditions of Europe? The answer isn't found in the size of the fireworks, it's found in the spirit of openness. The 4th of July creates a space where invisible barriers disappear and everyone is invited to be part of the celebration. The flags, the music, and the excitement aren't about putting on a show, they create one shared experience. America doesn't ask you to become someone else, it simply invites you to join the energy. That's why cultural stereotypes fade away, replaced by genuine joy and real human connection. We've become so used to judging America through the dramas and crises on our phone screens that we sometimes forget one simple truth. It remains a place that welcomes people searching for freedom. America can turn a stranger into a citizen and someone from across Europe into a proud American who can finally say, "I'm home." The American dream has never disappeared. It lives on in tears of joy, celebratory toasts, and simple acts of kindness between strangers. That's the true source of America's strength and the enduring idea that continues to shape the nation. The journey of immigrants embracing a new home on Independence Day is a powerful reminder of a welcoming America filled with opportunity. Share this story if you believe kindness and the spirit of freedom can connect every heart, regardless of language or background. Disclaimer: this content is based on real experiences and popular cultural perspectives surrounding the 4th of July in America. The humorous moments are shared for entertainment and to highlight human values, and they do not represent the experiences of every individual.